Hello Laura, welcome. And we've readied up. So we'll just be getting started here in a couple of seconds, just waiting for that to filter through. And look at that timer sync, couldn't be much better than that, possibly because they're the same timer. But yeah, pretty nice sync, agreed. Okay, so on the left, as you can probably tell, we've got Furlim. Furlim is the 20th seed, representing Speedruns Brazil today. And yeah, he's been doing some pretty good practice this afternoon. He's been looking pretty in the swing of things. And on the right we have Ali. Ali is 39th seed, and basically I'll just be getting text updates with regards to how that's going. Ali's unfortunately not able to stream, but you know, any proof checking, it isn't necessary. Though it can always be given if necessary. So yeah, like I say, I'll keep you up to date with what's happening with Ali. Ali will be letting me know in Discord. But yeah, we're probably going to be mostly focusing on Furlim's race here, considering that's the only thing we can watch. And unfortunately, Ali has died in YI3. Nothing too much to worry about, possibly just some nerves. YI3 can normally be the level that decides whether nerves are going to be affecting you. But that is a death in YI3 for Ali. Furlim, on the other hand, having no issues whatsoever. Okay, on to YI4. Will we see a shell jump attempt? You never know. Ali survived the second try though. No issues. Again, sometimes it can be nice to get that death out of the way, but anticipating that first death can sometimes be a thing. Yeah, it's easy enough to die on Y3. You, Zero, Wiser, welcome. Walk herd. Y4 all good though for Ali. Okay, Furlim's just making his way through Castle 1. Maybe get the 281 here? No, had to play it a bit slow at the end. 280 though is pretty good. Isn't a great deal to say during this auto-scroller. It gets a lot more interesting coming into World 2. And I suppose Ali will probably be finished with Castle 1 in a couple of seconds. She'll most likely be updating me with her split time. .337 Iggy Whistle, so probably about 20 seconds behind. Just a little more over 20 seconds. Nothing too major at this point of the race. Oh, Ali died to the Koopa on Y3. That's what happened there. Yeah, understandable enough. Furlim with a slightly slower cape grab than normal, but gets the cape, that's all that's important. I'm not sure what his flight speed's like. Somewhere in the middle, I think. .57. Yeah, DS1, this level can be overlooked sometimes. It's not really that difficult overall, but if you're going for the more optimal strats, it can sometimes be easy enough to lose your cape in a race scenario. We've seen it happen to a lot more people than you would expect, and was sort of close in that try room. Gets that shell. That's the important thing. Also, hopefully that went well for Alley. 250 is pretty decent, especially with having broken the shell in the fish. So these next couple of levels aren't super exciting. The only thing about next level is the very, very first jump. Just depending on whether Furlim decides to go for that fast takeoff. He had been practicing it, so I expect he would. It's not the freest thing ever. It's reasonably easy, but a couple of people have messed it up in their races, including one of the higher seeds as well. We'll just see how this goes. Ali confirms that doors suck. I can agree with that. No problem with the fast takeoff though. Yep, 263, that's pretty optimal. Also, sorry for the slightly delayed commentary, I'm just trying to keep up to date with the text updates as well. So I think the only thing notable to say about DP4 is, in most categories you do this level, you will be going down to get the Yoshi, so hopefully both runners will remember not to go and get that Yoshi. Unless they wish to play Vanilla Dome 1 safe. It is an option to grab that Yoshi. Ooh. Yeah, it's one of the problems with having the screen scroll down so low going through this level. You can get that. You can get hit by Goombas, etc. Oh, Furlim said SRL's having an issue. Is it? Okay, that was the first, or sorry about that. Yeah, very decent Morton fly so far from Furlim. Oh, sorry about that, I accidentally. Yeah, that was a very, very nice Morton's from Furlim indeed. Let's get to see how Ali did. Yep, good start to the run. Oh, he was saying that the countdown on SRL stuck. Yeah, sometimes that happens, unfortunately. Just sort of part of IRC. But, yeah, not to worry about that. Still no update from Ali yet. Have to say though, very, very good start for Furlim to this race. Ali got a 9.16 Morton, that's pretty decent considering that World 1 start. Ooh, that was really, really close. Thankfully still made it up there. And another thing that Furlim will be grateful for is actually hitting that vine block, otherwise would have had to try that again. Yeah, Ali missed 2 cycles in Morton Fly, so that would have cost her that extra little bit of time. But yeah, I have to imagine that Furlim was fairly relieved by that Vanilla Dome one. It nearly could have went quite scary. But a very, very good vanilla secret from Furlim. Very well done. And this is the go to sleep part of the run. We've got 2 flyovers, then we've got a castle which is sort of cool, and then an auto-scroller. So it's a bit like, wake me up whenever we're done that part. But at the same time, I suppose it lets runners compose themselves if they're a bit nervous. From experience, I have found that it makes a little difference, because if I'm nervous, I'll just be nervous the whole time. But Furlim's pretty decent at this game. He's been around for quite a while, pretty much as long as I can remember. I would estimate that he's been about for close to 4 years, if not marginally more than that. Ali as well has been around for quite a long time. Again, it sort of feels like as long as I can remember, but it's sort of just one of those things, I guess. Once you know somebody, it sort of feels like they've been there forever. Ali just mentioned that she's making a lot of small mistakes. That can sometimes happen in races. Just, again, your mentality can be a bit different. Just wouldn't worry about it, just continue on. Okay, so Vanilla Fort. Not a super interesting level, although I sort of enjoy it. There are lots of tiny little time saves that you can go for. Sort of keep the level interesting. Ooh, Furlim just playing it a bit interesting. I don't think I've ever seen someone take that bottom route. Something a bit different though, right? Also, going into this Reznor fight, ooh, okay, loses his cape. I was about to say, going into this Reznor fight, it's not a massive problem if you lose your cape as long as you get your Fireflower back. And I'm gonna shut up. Ooh, that was close. Good save. Out of there alive. That's the main thing. Yeah, Furlim just saying there, almost died in Fort. Yeah, it was pretty damn close. Pretty damn close. Again, it's not a major problem. Now, I'm not going to have that Fireflower going into Castle 4. Can grab a cape. Well, potentially can grab a cape in this level if he does the dupe. The block dupe. Grabs the mushroom, then gets cape. But most likely will just get a cape in Butterbridge 2. It's reasonably free. It's right at the start. Only costs a couple of seconds to get it. Again, they won't have that Fireflower, so if Ali still has her Fireflower, has the potential to save about 12 seconds over Furlim. So again, assuming she has that, good opportunity for Ali. Meanwhile, I guess, even though Furlim doesn't have cape in this level, it's still not super difficult, but you do have to pay just a little bit of extra attention, just to make sure nothing goes wrong. Like, Furlim does have the shell, it's possibly an indicator that he's going to go for the block dupe. Also playing it very scary on those platforms, thankfully okay thus far. Looks like he's going to attempt the dupe, we'll see. Yep, he is going to attempt it, I think. Yeah, just opt to go for the mushroom, that's totally fine. Apologies for typing there. Just had to ask something. No Vine swag, that's a reset. No, I'm only joking. Yeah, I mean, you just want to get through that level and not die, especially if you've got cape, or if you don't have cape. Gotta pay just a bit more attention. But sometimes that can be a good thing, because if you die in Butterbridge 1, it's because you're not paying attention. I've found myself to die in that level more often whenever I do have cape than don't. You're just like, oh, just gotta jump out for 2 minutes, and then you're in a hole, you're in a pit in the ground. And yeah, that's a pretty bad place to die, as you can imagine. And Furlim making an interesting decision there. I can't really argue with that. Fully getting an extra backup cape as well. It's a good decision going into Castle 4 potentially if you don't have that Fire Flower. There are a couple of places you can lose your cape, which is pretty unfortunate. Okay, very nice room 1 from Furlim. Ooh, nice. Very nice room. Again, I should just shut up every time I compliment, anytime I compliment Furlim, just something goes wrong. But yeah, that was a pretty nice room 2 up to that point. That strat scares a lot of people, including some of the top runners. Okay, so since Furlim doesn't have a Fire Flower, he will be attempting to get a cycle skip, which involves you hitting Ludwig while he's in the air. Oh, and misses it, so he will have to wait that extra cycle. Again, if Allie still has her Fire Flower, can save even more time now over Furlim. Also, another thing, you don't want Ludwig to end up off the screen. Otherwise, yeah, you gotta do some more waiting. Okay, so whenever Allie updates us with her time, we'll know just where it stands. Allie's typing. Okay, so Allie just behind by about 40 seconds. Still not a lot going into Forest. Forest and Beyond is usually the decider. The first half of the run is normally fairly insignificant. Generally speaking. Allie saying that she had a really, really bad Ludwig. Which is understandable, that was one opportunity for Allie possibly to pick up some time against Furlim. Yeah, I was just checking in the chat there. I should have done my research beforehand, but again, I remember racing Allie back in 2013, so at least in speedrunning terms, it's a bit of a veteran, I guess. Easy every time. Very, very nice clip for Furlim. That has to settle any nerves that were there, if any. So yeah, getting FY2 out of the way, it's always a big relief. Very, very good though. Okay, yep, just had to slow down there, otherwise that was bad news. You don't want to cross that gold tape too low beneath it, otherwise you're dead. You're just dead. So yeah, good recovery from Furlim there. That could have been pretty bad. No dirty bubble though. Oh dear. Shame. Shame. I'm only joking. Dirty bubble is just starting your flight before that bubble. It's a reasonably wide frame window, but if I'm being totally honest and not me, I can understand why someone would fly after it. Basically saves no time whatsoever, possibly like a frame or two to go before, so yeah. But I just wanted to say as well, it'd be hard for me to pick a favourite or pick who I want to win beforehand. I'm familiar with both of these runners, and unfortunately this will be somebody's last race. Okay, that first section got it. Was a bit close. Wasn't super close, but you know, gets it nonetheless. The most important thing. Yep, good Castle 5 from Furlim. Still the fight to go now. Very nice. Okay, so Ali tried hard clip once and then just went straight for easy. Honestly cannot argue with that decision. In a race scenario, as a sort of general percentage play can often be a good decision. Especially if you're not super familiar with that harder clip. But Furlim having a very, very nice World 5 indeed. World 5 being usually one of the places where runners lose a lot of time. Currently Furlim is in the lead. It looks like Ali's typing. Hopefully that means that she got Roy play. Died on Roy. Okay, that's unfortunate. So, depending on where she died on Roy, I mean, it doesn't make much of a difference really. We'll be losing at least 50 seconds. It is very unfortunate to hear that. Not least do I want to see Forest Evolution 2 decide runs. I don't want to see Roy decide runs either. So that's unfortunate. Sad to hear about that. But it's not over yet. Of course, luck can still happen. Mr. Cab rightly calls Chocolate Island the Gauntlet. There's still a lot of the run to go. A lot of very interesting stuff to come up. Furlim's just making his way through Chocolate Ghost House here. Room 1, no issue whatsoever. A very nice Chocolate Ghost House from Furlim. Very good. So far making short work of Chocolate Island, just hammering on through there. Yeah, pretty much as Walk said, might as well try it at least once. Okay, Ali gets a 23.51 Roy. Unfortunately at this point is about 2 minutes behind. Ali saying in chat that this run just keeps getting worse and worse. And that's just race variance for you. Doing one no reset run, it's hard. And even if this ends up being a loss for Ali, and you know, by transfer her last race, she can't be disappointed with how she's done. She's done really well in her first race. Very, very nice room 1 from Furlim. Furlim having no issues with the fast takeoff in room 3. Very good. Also, I'm just going to assume that Ali got the Unicape, so Nellis mode. Ali can confirm that herself, though. Okay, Castle 6 time. This is another really interesting level. Some really awesome strats, but inevitably something that can cause issues. Gets that Crusher Skip, though, and doesn't duck getting the Crusher Skip, which is a bit scary. Ooh! Decides to go on without that cape. I think a good decision, honestly. And again, thankfully Furlim waited before that first of the 3 sets of crushers. Otherwise, he was definitely dead. Again, having that race initiative and knowing how to avoid big mistakes like that is just as important as knowing strats. That's unfortunate, though. That is unfortunate. Giving Ali a slight chance at this point, but, you know, that would probably only cost about 20-25 seconds. Nothing major at the moment. So the one thing to say is this Wendy fight will be a bit more scary. You, Dunkel, welcome. Yeah, this Wendy fight, it's pretty much no joke. It's actually quite scary at times. So wishing Furlim all the best here. Ooh. Yeah, unfortunate pattern here. Gets it though on the 4th hit, or the 4th try. GG. One unfortunate part of going into Sunken Ghost Ship as Small Mario. You can't get the free cape at the start of this level. Okay, so Furlim got a 27-24 1D split. We'll just see how Ali went at some point soon. Lemmy? Yeah, Lemmy's Castle 7, right? Lemmy is pretty scary at times. Those fireballs that come out of the lava seem just so random. Seem so random, they're probably not. The pattern's probably the same every time. Lemmy's 3? Oh really? Nah. I found that boss quite easy, honestly. Larry, yeah. Sorry, I'm just getting confused. I've only been awake for like 2 hours. I find the Lemmy boss really quite easy compared to Wendy. But it just depends. It's just an opinion. Yeah, Larry's pretty scary. Yeah, I played it once like a couple of years ago. Unfortunately, getting hit there. We'll have to wait on the boo rings. Larry's free. My favorite thing about Larry is seeing people enter Larry with cape flight and not realizing, and then just going into the lava. That has happened to me once in '96. Sorry, when I said cape flight, I meant door flight. Anyone who's ever seen that happen will know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, I am pretty evil. orb. And Ali got a 29.40. Sorry, a 29.45. Yeah, I was correct, Wendy. Currently trailing by 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Furlim, however, going back for that cape. If Ali had cape, or at least Big Mario coming out of Wendy, she will be gaining time. Not least just for being able to do damage boost potentially, but just not needing to go back. And although Furlim's playing extra safe here, I do agree with his decision. So Ballet Bowser 1, very fun level, though the not fun part of it is the Mega Mole hitboxes. They're very unfriendly. Having a couple of issues, but nothing too major. If at all possible, it's best to just invincibility boost through these guys. Furlim just trying to grab the rainbow block there to get an extra cape. Good decision. So Ballet Bowser 2 as well can be a pretty interesting level at times. I'm going to put it out there and suggest that Furlim's not going to try Sandbar Clip. But that doesn't necessarily mean that... Okay, well, I think we're just going for the cycle skip, but we'll see. Yep. I'm not sure, he can confirm for himself, I guess. Ali just said orb there, after getting the orb. I think saving some time over Furlim there. I would think so. I would say Ali's probably only 2 minutes behind now, shortening that lead of Furlim's. Furlim having no issues with the sandbar though. Almost made a mistake just at the end there. If you unduck too early, that sandbar can crush you. Okay, it's Valley Fort time. Again, shouldn't be too much of an issue, but we have seen a lot of runs kind of go pear-shaped at this point. Wishing Furlim all the best, of course. Nice crusher skip. Good recovery at the end there. And yes, of course. Gets frame ruled. I suppose just depending on how the race is going, sometimes it's good to just slow down there completely or just duck jump under that guy. Gets that P-speed in the middle section. Just a couple of crushers to go, then the res north out. Ooh, that was close. It wasn't super close, but it's closer than you'd want it to be. Yep, that's GG, good force. Just onto the Bowser fight now. That was, I think that was a 34 flat whistle. So we'll get to see just whenever Ali updates me on her split there. Decent dark room from Furlim, just a minor mistake. Ooh, nearly a bit too low on that first flight. Thankfully, he gets that first hit. Also cutting that second one a bit close as well, but yeah, comfortably gets the first two hits. Furlim keeping this extra Mecha Koopa in order to get something called Ball Skip, which, if you hit Bowser at the correct time, third phase, you can pretty much skip an extra section of this fight. Okay, good Ball Skip. So again, hitting Bowser at that time, just as he's getting ready to throw his next ball, he just won't do that, and it saves a bit of time. Also, having this Mecha Koopa for this part of the fight, you hit Bowser just at the start of this, you skip half of the final fight cycle, who misses the last hit. Shouldn't be an issue though. When I said last hit, I meant like 5th hit. GG, very nice 6th hit though. And that's a 36-32 for Furlim. And let's just confirm the race time. 36:49. Okay, so Furlim did actually start about 16 seconds. 16 or 17 seconds too late there. GG Furlim, very well done. Also, Ali had updated there that she got a 36:04 fort. So again, still about 2 minutes behind Furlim, but we'll get to see the final time soon. GG's. Very well done. Okay, so if anyone's in Furlim's chat, I mean, I can even stay here. The furious typing. Sorry about that. Gotta type. Gotta go fast. Yeah, I mean, commiserations to Ali here. I'm extremely grateful that she joined the tournament. As always, it's been about for such a long time, and like so many others, regardless of just how active she is, she'll always be in the SMW tournaments, so that SMW crew for life. And guys, that was match 40 of 85. We still have a lot to go. This middle section can feel a bit long, especially with losers bracket matches. But once we get to the 60-65 range of matches, it's going to heat up. I'm really looking forward to that. Not even halfway, I know. Not even halfway. That's why I'm so eager to get these next 15 to 20 matches or so, just cram them in, get them out of the way, because we want this done by Christmas. I have an estimate. Oh, and Ali is done with 38, or for the time of 38 minutes and 47 seconds. GG Ali. Very well done. Yeah, Eric, you're still in the tournament. Unlucky. Thank you very much, Wiser. Do appreciate it. Of course, shoutouts to Zero as well. Wouldn't have happened without him. Once again, major congrats to Furlim. You, Furlim, just bear with me 1 second and I'll get your audio up and stream here. Alright.
Oh, okay.
You, GG on the run. Congratulations.
Yeah,
Also,
thanks, Ben.
shout out to alliew, of course. That was a pretty decent race time from both of you, I guess.
Yeah. She would beat me if it was my last run in the tourney, so big GGs for her too. She's really improving.
Yeah, I agree. That practice has really paid off as well. But what did you think of that there run? Yours?
So, I kind of got just 17 seconds of my PB in my splits. My splits were 36, 32.
Huh?
And in SRL, I guess it was 36:49 because the countdown on SRL for me, it went from 5, 4, and then stopped. Simply stopped. I was waiting for return, and I had no clue when to start. So I waited for it to come back. Then when it come back to go, I just went. I didn't know how late I was. But
I think you must have been about 17 seconds. Well, maybe 15 to 17 seconds, just based on the delay. But did you say, how far was this off your PB, or was this a PB?
No, I was plus 17 seconds on my PB.
Wow.
My PB is 36:15. Yeah, I thought, man, I screwed up so badly in some places, and I almost PB'd. I really need to do more runs of this to improve my PB.
Yeah, for sure you can do it. I mean, if your PB is, like what you said, is 36... Sorry, I've already...
36:15, yeah.
36:15, you're very capable of a 35, if not 34. So, yeah, GG, well done.
Yeah, and it was my first 36 in a race, so it's good too.
Yeah, you must be feeling pretty happy about that. And just double checking here, your next opponent will be Danky Crying. That should be a really close match, I think.
Yeah.
Have you any feelings about that?
Well, I don't really follow him to see how much he's practicing this game, so I don't know. I just saw his tournament times, and they're pretty good, I guess. So yeah, I'll need to be more focused and don't make silly mistakes like in Wendy's. I just started flying earlier. I don't know why, and then I lost everything.
Yeah, I suppose that was probably your biggest mistake in the run. At least in room 1, you knew not to go back for that cape. I think you were probably dead if that was the case. And delaying in those last crushers as well was a good idea.
Yeah, I thought if I stay here for a cape, I might be crushed, so I'll just keep going.
Yeah, it ended up dropping in a really bad place. Obviously, cycle skip didn't go so well, but it didn't really cost that much time. Maybe like 20, 25 seconds.
No, Ellie's saying she's died in Yoshi's Island 3. It's more common than you imagine.
Yeah, I think
don't be ashamed of that.
I think I've seen at least 10 people in their tournament races die in Y3. You've even had a race where both people died in Y3, so it happens.
It was my race.
Yeah, actually, it was your race.
Me and Rupert died in Yoshi's Island 3.
Yeah, again, it's hard for me to remember every race because I've now done about 40 of them, but...
Yeah, I know. I'm not blaming you or anything. I was just reminding.
Oh, no, I know. I know. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to you versus Danky. LR round 2 is open anyway. The deadline won't be in like next week sometime. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing more of these matches.
Yeah, good news is that by Wednesday, I guess, I pretty much finish most of the stuff I need to do this week. So from Thursday onwards, I guess I can practice a little more. Maybe improve my time.
That's really good to hear. I do really appreciate that you've managed to organize your matches even when you're so busy. Yeah, so thank you very much. It's really appreciated.
Yeah, I'm just seeing the Danke Crank got in 36:22 last race, so yeah, might be pretty close.
Yeah, I think it will be a really close race. You guys seem to be like you both seem to be really good at this game, just maybe not putting loads of time into it because you're really busy, I guess. So, but you are both good at the game, for sure.
Yeah, I'm kind of have a problem that I can't stick with one game for a long time. I'm trying to change that and grind more SMW, so we'll see. Next few months, I really hope I can improve my times and learn 96.
Yeah, that'd be really interesting. I mean, I remember you doing 11 exit years ago. I think I'm correct in saying that. You did do 11 exit. You have a good 11 exit time, right?
Yeah, I did. I did most glitchless and some cloud runs. I guess maybe I did some orb runs before cloud, but I don't quite remember my PB. It must be like a 1040 or something.
I think you might even have sub 1040. Again, I just have a really weird memory for that sort of thing.
No, I think you were maybe mistaking me with someone else. I don't think I ever got a sub 1040 with orb.
Oh.
I never submitted it though.
Oh really? Oh, if you haven't submitted it, then I wouldn't know.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. But yeah, like I said, my No Starworld PB has it was 2 years ago, so I've been running this game for quite a long time, but never grinded it very much.
Yeah. Again, like I say, it feels like you've been around as long as I can remember. I had done my first races in like January of 2013, but it does feel like you've been around for a very long time. So, yeah, that SMW crew.
Yeah, it was, I think, around 2014 when I started.
Yeah, that's quite a long time, honestly, for speedrunning. A lot of people just last 3 or 4 years and then they're done with it, if they even make it that long. But again,
no, I really like the speedrunning concept of playing games. Even we are trying to make it more popular here around Brazil, doing events and everything else. And I try to help as much as I can too. And I hope that someday I can make it to an EGTQ or other big event.
I hope so too, and I suppose that acts as a good segue for me to mention the work that you and others have been putting into the sort of Brazilian speedrunning scene. I think that's a really awesome thing, trying to get that localized speedrunning. Plus, South America, it's so far from everywhere, so
yeah,
it is really good that you're doing that. And
it's like Australia, but on the other side.
Pretty true. Like Europe does quite well for bringing speedrunning home as well. So again, appreciate that from all of the ESA guys, Ludendi, all of those teams are awesome. But yeah, thank you so much for the race. Really appreciated, and massive shout outs to Ali. I appreciate that she's worked with us and given us text updates and allowed us to commentate on races. So massive GGs. Thanks so much. And yeah, if you've anything else to say, work away.
Well, I guess I'll just have to thank you for all this effort you put on these tournaments. Like every time I am watching or running, you are there to restream or comment. So you're the man.
Thank you very much. And yeah, I should just say thank you to Zero Maverick, Def, Mr. Cab. Actually, I'm not going to start naming everyone because I'll just name every participant. But especially to Zero Maverick and Def, it wouldn't be possible. And again, that might sound cliche, but it wouldn't be possible without those guys. So thank you, Zero Maverick, for starting this. It's really appreciated. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys for the next race. The next race will be between Oglib and Runner Watcher, and that's at 8 p.m. EST, and that's 2 a.m. Central European time. So it's pretty late for Europe, I guess. But yeah, see you guys then, and I'll see you for your next race against Danke. Good luck with that.
Thanks. I'll definitely need.
Alrighty, guys, take care. Thank you so much, and that is us for now. Oh, will you still be streaming, or should we look for a host?
Oh no, I really need to go. I have classes soon, so
Oh wow.
thanks for the offer, though.
Good luck with that, and I will just have a quick look here. And yeah, oh, I know exactly who we're hosting. Oh.
Oh, Malcolm.